Yes, well, tonight, dairy prices at rock bottom. Will milk prices be cheaper? And women, is it still all about the men? What do you think? Hello, I'm Wallace Chapman, and welcome to Backbenchers. Let's rock and roll. Good to be here tonight. Backbenchers 2015, and what a heck of a panel. We've got a star-studded panel tonight. So let's get straight into it. Sparkly, resplendent MP, National MP for Papakura, Judith Collins.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
How are you?
Oh, well, you know, I'm fabulous.
Yeah.
And every day I'm alive is a day I'm not dead, so it's all good.
Always good to have you on, Judith. All right, you ready for your first three? Here we go. Question one. And these are from the viewers, by the way, this time around. These are from the viewers. Big fans of Backbenchers. Here we go.
Okay.
Now, with the slump in dairy, how is Orovita going?
Well, I wouldn't know, and...
But would you not know?
Well, because it's got nothing much to do with me, actually. But,
all right, move on.
yeah.
Let's move on. Okay. Is it true?
It's a bit of a cheap shot, isn't it?
No, the
come
viewers.
on.
The viewers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but that is actually a cheap shot.
You're assuming a
Actually.
husband's business is hers, and I
Yeah.
think in light of
It's
the
totally
gender balance
sexist,
question
actually.
we've got later, it's quite inappropriate.
Yeah.
All right, enough.
And it's
enough.
also not his business. He's simply a director.
It's
Enough from-
outrageous, actually, in
Question
2015.
Enough from you, David. All
Question
right.
Sexist.
Here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. Question
Yeah.
2 from the viewer. Is it true that there is no quality leadership material behind John Key?
What?
Is it true that there is no quality leadership material behind John Key?
No, that's completely wrong. There are great people in the National Party, and there are lots of potential leaders one day. But the Prime Minister is such a good leader, that won't happen for a long time.
All right.
Must not say anything.
And question 3, fine, Judith Collins, to another viewer.
Yes.
What's the most pressing issue facing young Kiwis?
Well, I think at the moment it's actually around making sure that they can buy a home. That's really important. And student debt is another big issue for Kiwis. And I was really sorry to see the other day that there were some New Zealanders saying that they can't afford to have kids because of student debt. And I actually think, you know, you've got to make sure when we get our student debt that it's about getting a qualification that's going to get you a good job.
Very good, Judith, good to have you on. And a big round of applause for Labour MP for Mana, Kris Faafoi is here tonight too. Kris, good to have you on, mate. Haven't seen you for a while.
Yes, thank you for inviting me back.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. All right, question 1. Does Labour need a Donald Trump?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
Positive.
Okay. What's the most...
We'd like his money, though.
What's the most pressing issue facing young Kiwis?
I think mental health, I think, is a bit of an issue at the moment. I think social media and the pressures of being young at the moment piles a lot of pressure on youngsters. So I think that's certainly one that I've picked up in my electorate.
And finally, question 3. Who is New Zealand's Donald Trump?
Donald Trump. That's a very good question.
Have a think. Have a think. I'll ask you at the end of the show. And a big round of applause, please, for MP for Epsom and leader of the ACT Party, David Seymour.
Hello.
David, good to have you on, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. All right, bit of the man of the moment. I know you've got to get back to the house, as you all do. Question 1. Who's the greatest ever ACT leader?
I actually think that's impossible to decide.
Oh, come on. Come on. Is it Rodney Hyde? Is it Jamie White?
It'd be a tough decision between Richard Prebble and Rodney Hyde.
All right, okay. All right, enough. Question 2. Is it my personal choice to choose to sit on the dole and smoke pot?
No, it's the choice of the people who are paying the taxes to fund that, and I think if you ask most taxpayers, they'd say no.
And finally, what's the most pressing issue facing young New Zealanders?
Oh, the fact that very soon there will be more millennials voting than baby boomers, and what are we going to do with that power? I think student loans, as Judith raised, are important. I think that housing is very important, and I think superannuation and actually doing something about the sustainability of that is important.
Thank you, David Seymour. Very good to know. And finally, a big round of applause for the Green MP, Kennedy Graham. Kennedy, good to have you on, buddy.
Thank you.
Good to,
Close with my characters.
Welcome back to Backbenders. Your question, question 1. Here we go. Would you eat kenadu if served to you on a marae?
No.
All right. Good to know.
Good decision.
How do you know?
How do you know? Well, I don't know.
Oh, I recognise it.
It's actually pretty good.
He would recognise it.
How would you know if you've never eaten it before?
That was a joke. I thought we
Question
did
2. Kennedy Graham, have
Incriminating.
you ever woken up for a beer at 5 a.m?
No, but I'm looking forward to doing so.
Good answer.
All right, and finally, and make it quick, please. What's the most pressing issue facing young New Zealanders?
Taming climate change.
Okay, very good. Damian Christie.
Hello. Hi.
Well, that was hard. That
Well,
was a tough one.
I told you
Jeez.
before you leave the cheap shots to me. You see, it's good cop, bad cop. You always go too far. You just go
Come
way
on,
too
come
far.
on. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really, really good. Looking forward to the show tonight. It's going to be huge. It already is. We've got the top 5, though, first. Have a look at this.
At number 5, New Zealand's next top flag competition gets down to the final 40. Lots of ferns, koru and stars, but none really capture Kiwi culture quite like this late entry from the New Zealand First Youth Wing. At number 4, actually it's surprising we don't have a beer bottle and a rugby ball on our flag, given moves this week to roll aside our new alcohol laws so that people can get pissed anytime they want as long as there's rugger on. Gotta love this response.
I don't want to be some kind of stingy type who denies people the chance to have a bit of fun.
At number 3, if you're sick of reading and hearing about the Kardashian clan, well, you'll spare a thought for the US TV presenter who walked out rather than take part in a story about their new money rabbit. Preach, brother.
You were on your own, Amy. I can't do it. I've had enough Kardashians.
Number 2, having alienated his Hispanic supporters by calling them rapists, Trump now turns his sights on 50% of his potential voters, because, you know, periods.
You know, you could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
And number 1, fortunately, a true champion for women has emerged this week, Rachel Smalley, saying we need more women in key radio slots. Well, as long as, you know, they're the right size.
Amazing bargains.
Whatever we can find, upstairs, downstairs, or out the back.
Lados, enchiladas.
Going to be talking about that later on, actually, on the show tonight. Damien, come back here. The flags.
Yeah.
One flag that I have has appealed to me is the kiwi with the laser eye.
You know, there were some key ones missing. Kiwi with the laser eyes, tomato sauce bottle with a beak, Bicycle of New Zealand by James Littlewood, all missing from this, and the spotting flag from New Zealand First Youth Wing.
Well done, Damien.